So I am by no means a motorcycle mechanic, but I do dabble and I like the vintage stuff. So this is a 1986 KX80, according to the VIN. Now I don't know if it was originally a big wheel. I'm slightly suspicious because of the way that swing arm either got chewed up by a sprocket or somebody modified it. I just don't know. But anyway, it started out as a front tire replacement, which is like a rock. It's probably the original tire. While we're at it, rear tire. While we're at it, I ended up putting a new master cylinder on the front, which needs to be bled. It's had a new shifter put on, a new throttle cable, like I said, the master cylinder, new tires, which became kind of a nightmare since it's older. When I was taking the tire off, I broke tensioner. So I'm gonna try a JB Weld deal. I don't know how that's gonna work. It's just hard finding parts for this, which turned into a new rail guide, which is tough to find, to upper and lower, chain guide, a roller. Now that's old new stock, that's original, but this is a different brand, and I found, only way I could find these was by putting in vintage, so they're an exact fit, upper and lower, so that was awesome to find. And then trying to get it semi-original, so I did find a number plate online. It's not the correct year, but I added these little spacers and some rubber gaskets so that it wouldn't rattle. And it fits okay. It's not perfect, but it definitely needed a faceplate on there. You need to get a new sticker kit. The stickers were roached. So that's coming later, but so it's had some stuff done. My latest dilemma is when removing the rear tire, I decided to check the brake drum inside, and it is just completely obliterated. The pads fell off. There's actually a crack in the aluminum by the spring, so they need to be replaced completely. And then there's this little doodadder there. I found a dry rotted rubber washer. I didn't find any kind of spacing material, but this obviously, I don't know if this is roached or not, the spring, the way the spring fits into this area here, is supposed to engage the brake lever. So obviously, took pictures of it prior to removing it, and this piece was right up against it hard, holding that spring almost in place. There weren't any other items in there, so I'm not sure. Like I say, I'm no professional. I have to take it apart anyway to get this piece JB welded back on to here. So at that time I'll probably get a new brake drum pad for it. Supposedly you can convert these over to pads. Not sure. Be probably a better deal. But upon looking at the front brakes too and putting the front tire back on, they're probably pretty roached. I may try to put new pads on it. That looks like another kind of a nightmare, but a learning process. Like I say, I like the vintage. I have a GS 750 Suzuki from 1980s, and also have an older quad from the early 2000s that I do like to work on. It's kind of fun, just learning. That way I can do it myself and I don't have to wait on somebody. Like I say, these tires would have cost me $120 an hour, and what my guy quoted me, because I didn't want to do it, because look at that nightmare. It's like an original tire. But I saved probably $400 because it took me quite a long time to get them off, completely off the rim. So, learning experience. So, anyway, we'll get back to you when we get brakes on it, but it runs fantastic. Upon further investigation, airbox, there is no air filter attached. It was all disintegrated, so gosh only knows what sucked through the carburetor. So once I get the brake issue figured out, we'll change the coolant and the oil, get some fresh gas in it, and take it for a hop. But I highly recommend these older dirt bikes, the smaller ones. I don't know how a young person could ride it because it picks me up off the ground, but it is a ton of fun. I can maneuver it around easily, so I'd highly recommend getting one if anybody's kicked around the idea of the pit bike idea. But anyway, this is just, I'm impressed. You know, it can sit and whatever, and second kick, first kick, starts right up. It's amazing. So anyway, fun little project, and I'll keep everyone posted on how the brakes go. Should be fun.